still no excuse to
He
leave.
just said the school
Jackson
broke down.
State is a state institution. Do you know what that means?
Yes.
That means there's a board of governors that oversees the provost,
The actual
the
budget,
principal,
everything else.
the president. He could have went to the state.
Yes, he could have.
He didn't do that because he wanted out. He never thought he would get an offer from a PWI that quickly.
I agree.
So that's why he promised those kids that he wasn't just there for the short term. But once the money came, he abandoned them. He went with the money instead of the change for the community.
And I think
It's a simp move. But let me tell you what a simp is for the bad. It's selfish. Listen. No, my simp ain't y'all simp. I want y'all to understand what my simp. Simp is an acronym.
Yeah.
Selfish, individualistic.
You forgot your nigga.
You forgot your acronym.
That's right.
Okay? Political punk. Simp.
To be.
Selfish, individualistic, materialistic, political punk. That's a simp.
Yeah, you wrote that.
I'm not dealing with street terms. I'm dealing politically. That was a simp move. It was selfish. It was individualistic. It was materialistic because he wanted the money, and it was a political punk move because you took power from us.
You think being selfish is a bad thing?
It depends.
Absolutely, if you're African, because we don't win without it. See, let me explain something. We're starting behind everybody else, right? The white man had a 243-year head start called slavery.
400.
So if we want to catch up, we cannot practice selfishness. He can be selfish now because his foundation is laid. The Chinese can be selfish now. Their foundation is laid. We can't because our foundation has not been laid. We got to run twice as fast to get half as much.
That's why I say it's not about equality, it's about equity. Like
I agree.
You could get both of us the same size stool.
Right, that doesn't even.
No.
Right, you're right.
Parks is 6'5". Right? So let's just say Parks has a head start over me. So if you give Parks a stool
6 more inches.
and you give Imani a stool,
6 more inches.
yeah, then it's
He's still tall.
he still got the same advantage over me.
Exactly.
So now it's about equity as
It's about
opposed
equity.
to equality.
And you're
So
never
now
gonna
for you
get
to give me equality in 2024, nigga, you still gonna have the fucking advantage over me. I want the equity. I don't want your fucking
What you feel was the real reason why Colorado brought Deion over there? Their real reason intention.
The white power structure was threatened by the fact that Deion Sanders was going to redirect all those high school athletes back to HBCUs, which would have turned HBCUs into a multi-million-dollar athletic
It would have taken
movement.
But that's why
No, I'm agreeing. You wasn't here. I said that shit last year when it first happened.
And he
I was
over
mad
there
at him.
in a city
My
with
thing-
1% white folks making them lily rich, and all them goofy ass rappers and everybody else running out there to the Colorado football games making more money for a white school that only got 2% black students and half of them are athletes. Insane.
Dog, let me ask you.
Insane.
Let me ask you this.
We always choose ego over power. You know that? We always choose ego over power.
So if some of those things are true that he stated about Jackson State, you're of the belief that black people should stay and get fucked by black people rather than go.
No.
I'm saying that black people suffer from post-traumatic slavery disease. And if you care about us, you're going to have to put up with a lot of hell from us on the road to redemption. Deion Sanders is from the hood, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he's been robbed before, had something stolen from him before. Did he move out the damn hood when something happened in the hood? Hell no. That is an excuse because you wanted to go after the white money. It's an excuse, man.
Calhoun from UConn was the highest paid state employee in the whole state of Connecticut. That pay came from above the dean of that university. So if Deion wanted a higher pay raise, if Deion wanted to modify his payment structure, he can now go to higher level officials and say, yo, this is what I brought to the economy in this particular area. I think I'm due for some more
It's
spending.
not my job to do that if I have a contract that says in year 2 this is what's supposed to happen, in year 3 this is
But
supposed to
because
happen.
of your
and it's not
cashier, you
happening.
have the ability to do that.
You're
though.
not supposed to do that, Joe. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm agreeing with that piece. But in this world,
Yes.
nigga, we overcome obstacles.
Yes.
That's what we here for.
Yes.
If me and you have a contract dispute, I'm not going to just say fuck Joe and I'm out because we had a contract dispute.
I'm gonna take it
I'm
to
gonna
the
try
state.
to work through it.
The people who fund the school in the first place.
I just
He
wanna ask
never did that.
I just want to ask, when Dion first took that job at Jackson State,
He promised these kids some shit.
did he not
Yes, he
go
did.
in there
Yeah.
promising that
Yes, he
I'm
did.
coming here
I spoke
to
to the
make
players. They said
change?
I spoke with them.
And if you're gonna make change, you gotta understand some of the shit that you coming into is gonna be some bullshit.
Yes.
That's your whole purpose of being there. You're strong enough, and you're the person. You got the attention on you. You got the fanfare.
Y'all are
You got the
successful.
education.
You have the wealth.
If there's anybody who should be able to come into this situation and change it for the betterment of what you said you come here to do it for, and then at the quickest opportunity you get to run to Colorado, that to me seems like you ran on bullshit, just like the politicians run on.
And the hypocrisy of it is the fact that the reason the HBCUs are struggling financially the way that they are because the black celebrities do not. Our celebrity class, our millionaire class, our billionaire class, they do not redirect their disposable funds to these HBCUs. You understand me? If Puffy Combs was sponsoring a Howard, if Oprah was sponsoring a Tennessee State, if they gave back to these HBCUs, they would be in a much better
You know,
position
two people
than what they're in.
schools.
Huh?
And then 2 people with schools.
Say that
Who
again.
got schools?
Open Puff.
Puff has no
Well, I
schools.
said Oprah went to Tennessee State,
Okay.
Puff went to Howard.
Puff
But
went
the
to
point that I'm making though, we have enough economics in our community amongst our celebrities that they could sponsor an HBCU. There's about 100 and something HBCUs. If you take all the football players and basketball players of a certain income or greater, especially our billionaire class, there's enough money to go around that could save these institutions.
Even the
How
millionaire
dare you not give to the institution?
A lot of
And
way
they
down.
criticize them because you got robbed. And the reason you got robbed is because you never did nothing for the institution before you got there.
I think-
It's hypocrisy. Now let's look at Harvard and Yale. Let me give you the opposite. Do you know why Harvard and Yale been giving out full scholarships to African American high school seniors who have a 4.0 and a perfect SAT? You go to Harvard and Yale for free. You know why? Because the IRS ordered Harvard and Yale to liquidate some of its assets because they were richer than the government itself. Harvard had more money than the U.S. government itself. And they decided that that was unhealthy for the economy. And do you know why they got so much money? They're alumni. Give back every day and all day. Black alumni don't do the same.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
I want to that leads us perfectly into our Black Elitist conversation.
Yes,
but
sir.
before we leave this, y'all stay at Jackson State with your son that's trying to be an NFL quarterback, knowing that this level of competition is looked at a certain way. Y'all stay at Jackson State knowing that you maybe can help 20, 30, 40 X amount of black players, black retired players, black coaches. Like you're willing to sacrifice all of the greater good that you can do for black people, people by staying at
By
Jackson.
helping.
You're helping 50 and you're discarding 50,000.
You put
Thank
number
you.
50 on it.
I mean, you said 30, 40 people.
Right.
So I gave you 50.
Hypothetically
I
50.
rounded up to 50.
No, I think he's helping way more than that.
You said you're 30, 40. You said 30, 40. That was the
Right.
number you used. I'm going to give you 100. In staying at Jackson State,
That's the
he
greater
helps
good.
the entire community.
Absolutely.
One. Not just that, you set a path for other black institutions to now reap the benefits of your success. Your son is who he gonna be. Jerry
Regardless.
Rice, Steve McNair, it's a lot of motherfuckers
Steve McNair came from Alcorn
black
State.
schools.
Shannon Sharp got 3 Super Bowls.
It's a lot of
Well,
kids
he's
that-
in the Hall of Fame. He went to Savannah State.
Look, it's
so
black
if you're
kids.
good, you're good.
Yeah.
It don't
Jerry
matter where
Rice,
you went.
the
Are you going to help people? Or are you going in to change the system in
Period.
which you
Period.
about? That's the difference.
Tokenism
Same
of
thing.
revolution.
But no, it can't be the same thing.
Tokenism of revolution.
It can't be under the guise that you saying.
Tokenism of revolution, Joe.
There you go.
Tokenism of revolution.
And you're of the belief that tokenism is of no help.
Show me where it has helped.
Jay-Z.
Barack Obama is like a token in
He said
by way of
Jay-Z's
hero.
tokenism has helped us? How?
The NFL.
What institution he
I don't
built?
challenge this or no Jason.
The NFL went and got Jay-Z to help clean up the image after they shitted on Colin Kaepernick.
Let me change it.
And that's a benefit?
Wait. The Jay-Z thing is too early to see.
Okay.
I think it'll play.
I will swallow that.
think it'll
Give
play.
him more time to see what he's gonna do with it. I
Okay,
can
you said Barack Obama.
I've listened.
Barack Obama did what for black?
No, I was gonna say that he's a token by way.
Absolute token.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, there was no help.
I agree and I disagree.
I disagree with that.
I disagree.
Where was he not a token? What did he do systemically to improve black reality? I'm listening.
All right,
Obamacare.
Stop. That's one.
Huh?
Huge.
Obamacare is huge.
Huge.
Say it again.
Obamacare.
Obamacare was for America. I said, what did he do for blacks?
yeah.
See, so look,
If you went through the ghetto,
come on,
no
Doc.
sir. let you
Come
leave.
on, stop.
Listen. Let's go to the 5 boroughs. Let's go to Newark, Trenton, Camden,
Patterson.
Jersey City, and let's ask black people to name the 5 biggest problems for black America. How much you want to fucking bet healthcare is not on the damn list? They going to say miseducation, mass incarceration, gentrification / homelessness, police brutality, and access to wealth. Not no damn health care. Obamacare did nothing about the health care services for black folks. Bullshit. That was for America. That wasn't for us.
You're right. I agree with that.
Come on, y'all.
Let me tell you this. Hold on.
I have black family members
Healthcare is in the
where
You're wrong.
they got that shit and was very happy
Yeah,
with
hold on,
it.
wait.
Even
I
if
didn't
he
say
did it for America.
They'd be happy if they hit the lottery too, Joe.
Yeah.
That ain't the point. The point is Obamacare is not a top 5 issue for black folks.
What?
And if you think Obamacare helped us so much, why do black women in America lead the developed world in infant mortality? What
That is a
Obamacare do
fact.
for that? What
This is why I
Obamacare do
think
for
the
that?
healthcare
What
is-
about
Because there's so much
intentional black
racism built
COVID
into
deaths?
the
What
medical
Obamacare do for that?
institution.
Obamacare does not address healthcare disparities or racism that black people face when they
It's
engage the medical
very
system.
that's
It
very
does
true. It
nothing
does
at
not.
all for that.
It
That's
does
incorrect.
not. You're right.
That is incorrect.
How?
That is
How?
if you mad people, and we got people in this room, and extensions of the people in this room did not have health care prior to. I'm 47 years old.
Can you hang your mic?
I'm 47 years old, and I know mad motherfucking people, and I'm sure we all do, that did not have zero health care prior to Obama.
That was not the question.
No, so when you say
I said, how did the
I'm about to answer
racism-
you. No, you didn't. You said, how did it help black people?
Yes.
I'm answering you.
Directly for
Because these people would have
Obamacare
zero.
was for America, not for black America.
I'm not disagreeing
What
with you,
did he
but
do
it-
specifically for us?
Nothing.
The Asians got an anti-hate bill
Nothing.
for them.
Nothing.
Israelis get federal money for them.
not disagreeing.
Afghanis got a bailout for them.
That's not the question you
Ukrainians
asked.
got a bailout for
For
them.
them.
Yeah.
What did he do for us?
No,
Don't give me some shit
LGBT
for the whole
got a bill,
country.
yeah.
Look at the LGBT. What did he do for us?
What?
Yo, listen what I'm
Stop
saying.
integrating us in with the whole
Let me answer-
country.
I can answer you.
Our problems are
Yo,
unique.
dog, number one, Barack Obama wasn't strong enough to do nothing for us.
Correct.
Because
Yeah,
that's
correct.
number one. So be clear, I don't give a fuck if that nigga had hug your kid 10 times a day law. The fucking Republicans was running the fucking Congress, they would have repealed that shit. They would have
Even if they
vetoed
didn't,
it.
he wasn't gonna do nothing.
They would have vetoed that. You can't say that.
Yes, I
That's
can. I'm
not
gonna tell
fair.
you why.
That's
No,
not
it's
fair.
very fair.
That's
You know
not
why it's
fair.
fair? I'm gonna tell you why it's fair.
Everything he
I'm gonna tell
proposed,
you why
they
it's
shot
fair.
it down.
I don't fault Obama because he didn't change anything. For the reasons you mentioned. I fought Obama because you didn't even speak truth to power for our problems. He didn't even speak truth to power about mass incarceration, miseducation.
He did,
You know
but
what he did for
tiptoed.
police genocide?
He tiptoed. He
He
tiptoed.
gave them the cameras.
He tiptoed.
He gave them the
The body cams.
The body cams.
Yep.
Has that stopped the police from killing
No,
anybody?
the fuck it has not.
He did not
They just
at
cut
all.
that shit
Oh,
off.
he transgendered our children though in public school.
Oh,
Congratulations.
wait. Oh, come on, Doc. Wait, slow down. Why you say that?
He transgendered the kids.
You be putting a lot of weight on. You put a lot of weight on Dion's shoulders.
Can I ask you a question?
A lot of weight on
Can I ask you a question?
Obama transgender to kids.
Can you name the president of the United States of America? Because there's only been two. One of them is in office now. But can you name the first president of the United States of America who, during his second term of office, sent a letter to every state department of education in America and said, children, from this point forward, can use the bathroom of the gender they identify with, and if you try to stop them from doing so, we will cut all your federal education funding. Who was that president, Joe?
So unisex bathrooms.
Who was that president, Joe?
I don't know. It's Obama.
Barack Obama. So here's my question to you. Now, listen, talking to a psychologist. Stay with
And
me.
that's not unisex bathrooms either.
Not just that, but that's not yo. That's not fair.
Yeah, I don't like. He wrote the. Oh, he sent that letter, but it ain't.
I mean, he wrote it. He's a puppet. Oh,
Nigga, he signed it.
he's a
He
puppet.
taking that.
He don't
Somebody
have a
taking
fucking
that.
choice.
Look,
Come on,
they can do that.
is he a puppet? Is he a puppet?
Of course.
Okay.
All right, so
I'm still gonna hold him accountable for it.
How?
Hold him accountable.
Hey, if some good shit, happened, that he put his name on it, the people that give him the
I'm
credit.
holding you
So we
and
gotta
the
hold him
system
accountable for some bad shit.
accountable. Do you feel
That's
me?
what I'm
So you hold him
You
accountable
and the
for allowing himself to be a puppet?
I'm gonna hold him accountable for being a goddamn coon, and I'm gonna hold the crackers accountable that control and manipulate him. They both get held
And how
accountable.
can he overcome that?
See, the problem with us, we got too many fucking coons in black America. Obama is a fucking coon.
right, hold on.
K-O-O-N-C-O-O-N, K-H-E-W-N, however you want to spell it. He's a criminal. And he's going to be held accountable for criminal. Because the most dangerous thing you can do in Black America is phone around.
So you wasn't happy when he became president?
Of course not. I'm the only scholar in the country who said that when he gets out of office, Black America will be worse off after Obama than before. And look at what you got. Do you know Donald Trump would have never even been president if Obama had not preceded him?
Well,
You don't get a Donald Trump without a Barack
but
Obama.
that's but you,
Obama made him possible. No Obama, no
the
Trump.
pendulum usually swings really dramatic to the other end of the spectrum,
It does.
depending on what we
It
just,
does.
you know.
And Biden after that.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
But the point is, here's the bigger question, because we deal with personalities, not systems. When are Black people going to get off the Democratic Party plantation? That's the bigger question.
I agree with you.
I want to.
When there's somewhere else
take
to
a step
go.
further. I want to say, when are Black people going to stop playing politics? It's not for us. In this structure of politics is not for us.
I don't necessarily disagree, but I'm trying to follow. Land me. I need you to land that.
I'm at the point where I don't feel like there should be any Black politicians playing this game until we have some establishment of a Black party. If you're going to represent a party, you represent the Black party.
A party or a
party that represents.
Because you don't now. If we're in the majority, it should be a party. Jersey, Newark, we're in the majority, I believe. So in Newark, we should have a party. Jersey City, we're not in the minority. I think it's the Latinos.
Oh, okay.
Right? So you need a union. If we can win the office, we need a party.
Let me rephrase that.
If you can't win the office,
we should not play politics under the same guise that we've been playing it from this point.
Absolutely.
It's not
the Democratic Republican dichotomy is a complete trap.
So now let me ask you this.
Until the Black vote is organized along Black community lines, it never works for us. We need a Black vote, not a Democratic vote, not a Republican vote.
Listen
we
to
need
this.
a Black vote.
And then what happens is you open up yourself to annihilation. Be the fuck clear. Yo, we represent 12% of the United States. You start talking about the Newark shit. Newark gets their state funding from the state of New Jersey.
That is true.
So now, when you separate yourself, what the fuck you think gonna happen to the kids in the school system now with no financial base coming from the state?
I completely disagree.
I think it's the same process of you saying. I think it's the same process of you saying we got to start somewhere.
Right.
And I think that's our version of
So
starting.
listen,
That's like
let me finish. That's like, hold on. That's like a parent saying, yo, I hate my boss and I hate this job, so I'm gonna leave when you got 2 fucking kids at home to feed.
No, that's the wrong
It's the
analogy.
same thing. It's the same thing.
A minority will always be subject to the will of the majority. Agree?
As will an employee.
Absolutely. So with Black people being a numerical minority in America, we have to use our numerical strength, however far it is, to leverage our agenda.
Sure.
That can best be done by withdrawing from all of the major parties. Democrat, Republic, Green Party, Freedom Party. Get out of all of them and do a Black party or union. And then what happens is what? When Joe Biden comes up,
He got to kiss our ass for
you got to come and have a conversation.
That's true.
Donald Trump gets the nomination for the Republicans, you got to come and have a conversation.
True.
I represent 50 million Black votes. Presidential elections have been won on a lot
less.
I got
This
50
one,
million.
this one,
Exactly.
this one.
I got 50 million Black votes. This is what we need. I know you can't do it all. Give me 3 agenda items.
Yes.
Give me 3.
I'm not opposed to that.
That you want to fix.
I'm not
and
opposed to
you get
that.
these votes.
I'm not.
And guess what? They will do it.
That's
You
true.
want to know why?
That's true.
Because if you organize 50 million to put me in office, next election, you will organize the same 50 million to kick my white ass out of
You're
office.
absolutely right.
The issue with Black America and the reason why nobody takes our vote seriously, it's a disorganized vote.
Agreed.
That's our biggest problem.
I agree.
The Black community does not vote for the Black community.
I agree.
We're caught up in what's best for the Democratic Party.
I agree
We're
with
caught up in what's best for the Republic. In that shit,
I agree.
vote a Black vote.
I
That's
agree.
the solution.
I agree.
But guess
I
what?
agree. I'm not disagreeing.
Nobody wants to see that happen, especially Black politicians. Why is that, Joe?
Because
why do the Black politicians in Jersey City and Trenton and Newark, they fear a organized Black vote?
Yo, this is my man Roger.
You know why? I'm not
This is my man
we
Roger.
talking about
That's my
systems,
brother.
not- no, I respect Roger.
Right.
We're not talking about personality.
Gotcha.
We talk about policy. You know why? The Black politician don't want to organize Black vote? If we get organized, we make them fight the white folks they've been having tea and coffee with all
Lobbyists and all of them.
He now got to go to war with the cracker who controls him. They don't want to do that. The Black politician is more afraid than the white politician of the Black vote being organized.
And stay there.
They scared shit.
All right, so stay there. Same thing with the Black businessman.
No, I agree.
All right then. So
I agree.
when you start talking about some of this shit, that's where my classism argument comes in. Look at that. Complete circle.
But here's
Let
why
you
the
back.
class.
Oh, let me finish. Let me finish.
Now you can't finish.
You don't really have class in Black America. You know why? Class is a concept that refers to ownership of wealth. The traditional definition of class is ownership of wealth.
Sure.
We don't have
shit.
wealth.
That's not
we
true.
have more money. That's not class.
not true.
Income is not class.
You are-
Ownership is class.
You are correct. And
You see what I'm saying?
there is a subset of black culture that is starting to move up the wealth meter exponentially, in fact. With home ownership, insurance,
That's
et cetera. Those are the things that are
You know
building
how
wealth.
far away
I'm not
from white
comparing.
folks they are?
No. Stay here, because you be moving the goalposts. We are talking about what classism within blacks. You said fuck the whites.
Ain't
we
no
talking
class.
about you're
It's
wrong.
imaginary, bro.
You're wrong.
What we own? The average middle class black person is 2 or 3 paychecks away from poverty.
True.
What we own?
That's-
We ain't got no class. You know what we do have?
No,
A caste system. CASTE.
What's the
A
difference?
caste. Class is about of ownership of wealth. Class is ownership of wealth.
Caste is about
based on ethnicity and race.
True. We don't have a caste system in Black America. No, I disagree. We have a class system brewing in Black America because, again, there is a subset of black people that are flying up the wealth
But
meter.
that's a minority.
I'm not disagreeing.
It's not
I
decisive.
agree.
No, go ahead.
Listen, so those same black people that are increasing their wealth are starting to be cooler with the cool rich whites than they are with the poor race blacks.
Exactly.
The
But
same-
that's not
the
because
same-
of class.
Listen,
that's because of access.
the same way.
Any Negro who does not respect his race will coon out at the first chance he gets. I don't give a damn if he makes $1 an hour or $1 million an hour. A coon is a coon, and it has nothing to do with income. It ain't got nothing to do with income.
Listen,
It ain't got nothing to do with how much money you make. A coon will coon regardless.
So the wealthy white,
his girl
listen, so the
is
wealthy white, that's
Yeah.
cool with the wealthy
He
black.
flawed his black
Because
shit.
you give a fuck about the poor white.
Sweat.
What are they?
Get on his ass, boy.
Wealthy white, wealthy black. Right? Let's say they're neighbors. Whatever the fuck the case may
I got
be.
you.
The wealthy white,
Is going to look for how he can exploit the wealthy
you didn't
black
even let me
folks.
get my sense, bro.
Yeah.
That's not true. Hey, yo. Look.
What are you talking about? It's very
The
true.
wealthy white, the wealthy black.
Uh-huh.
The wealthy white cares more about that wealthy black than he care about that poor white.
You absolutely wrong.
No.
That's not true.
Even Joe
That's
said
not
you was
true.
wrong.
He'll work
You
his way to get that.
absolutely wrong.
He'll work his way to
You
get
out
that.
your fucking
He'll
mind.
work his way to get that poor white
So
up.
why
You don't understand racism. You don't understand racism.
Yo, nobody can.
You don't
Nobody
understand
ever answers this
racism.
question for me.
You don't
If white
understand
people
racism.
got all this power and all this money, why the fuck is 90% of them broke?
Hold on.
Capitalism.
Dr.
Why
Umar,
the fuck are 90% of them
you're
broke?
saying
Yo, you told me
capitalism.
the wealthy white man would try to help pull the white up. That's what
Capitalism.
you said. Why the fuck they not helping them?
No. You said
He
that
might
the
have
wealthy
said- no,
white
he might have.
cares more about the wealthy black than the poor white.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, you're wrong.
I disagree. We
You are
can
wrong.
disagree.
Well, Dr. Umar, can I just make it very noticeable?
Go ahead.
Ish believes that racism is dying at this point.
I believe that was so.
In the past 20 years.
So,
It's dying.
So-
it just reinvented itself and had triplets and shit. What are you talking about? It's dying.
So that's why the perspective of what
No,
I'm
that's
saying.
not why my perspective is that. My
Racism
perspective
is
is I'm a mathematical dude. I believe in the math thing. So my point is that nobody can answer me with is if white superiority is their primary objective. I believe power is any wealthy person's objective because I think that regardless of color, we want to maintain our wealth. So you could go to Africa, you could go to fucking India, you could go to China, you could go anywhere you want. The wealthy people in those regions want to maintain their power. You maintain your power by suppressing the majority. So now, regardless of color, my point to y'all is, if white power was such a real ideal thing, why the fuck are they not helping the poor whites?
Who said they weren't?
Yeah.
Let me throw a couple things at you. There was some research that was
Who said they not?
Who said they
Numbers?
Stay with me.
You can't use
Stay with
numbers
me.
when they benefit you.
Here's
Go ahead.
the point you're missing. Although they may be poor, they have advantages, opportunities, and access to resources that we will never touch. There was a research study that was done recently.
Move the mic
Stay with
closer,
me.
Doc.
Stay with me.
Move the mic closer to you, Doc.
You gotta move
Say
the
that
mic. The mic.
Move the mic closer.
My bad.
The mic.
There was a research study done recently where they looked at people who are looking for jobs. White men, no college, you probably know what I'm talking about. White males, no college, no degrees, prison record. Black male, no prison record, bachelor's degree, master's degree. Guess who got called back?
I believe it.
5 times as likely than the other group.
I believe that.
Yeah.
The whites.
I believe that.
So when you say the rich white care more about the rich black, why didn't he hire the black man with the college degree like he got instead of the poor white man?
Am I trying to answer you?
Yes, sir.
The person doing the hiring ain't the rich white. The person doing the hiring is the fucking mid-level HR nigga that don't feel threatened by the white man. He feel threatened by the black dude. That's let me answer you.
Who does he answer to?
Who
controls that institution?
The questions, and I've been in mid-level corporate America before. The motherfuckers up there don't know what we doing down here. They leave and delegate that to you. If Joe had an HR manager that he hired to come in here and clean his motherfucking apartment, Joe might not know who the fuck cleans his
Something just hit me. Are you mixed race?
No.
Or you a bunny hopper?
Yes. Per year? Oh,
that's why
that's
you
not
have
true.
a liberal
That's
perspective.
not true. That's not
because you go home
That's
to a
not
white
true.
woman.
Yes, but that's not true. I felt this way before I met my white girlfriend.
So help me understand how you can be so passionate about the black law.
I'm passionate. I'm an objective thinker. I don't. If something makes sense,
You have no loyalty to the black community.
No, I do have. I probably employ more blacks than you.
Okay, so help me understand that you employ more blacks than me, but you go home to a white woman. Why you don't have a black woman?
Because I fell in love with a white woman, not a black.
Why didn't you fall in love with a black?
I did. I fell in love with a black woman. We broke up.
Okay, and why didn't you find and fall in love with another black woman?
I did that too. We broke up.
Okay, and why didn't you get another one and another one and another one until you found the right one?
Because I met a white woman that I fell in love with, and that's the person that
And
I'm
you're
with
being
today.
disingenuous about
That's not
something.
true.
And let me tell you what you're being
True.
disingenuous about.
True.
Romance is a function of focus and opportunity. If I want to date an Asian, I'm going to put myself around Asian women so I can find one.
Sure.
If I want to date a Latino, I'm going to put myself around Latino women so I can date one. If you wanted to marry a black woman, you would have put yourself around black women so you can find one. So how did you end up with the Caucasian? No disrespect to her.
No, not at all. What I'm telling you is the places that I go socially are not just monolithic.
So what? I went to a white college, white job. I never bunny hopped.
Listen to my quote. Let me answer you. That wasn't my priority. My priority wasn't, I'm not closed off to dating Latino women. I'm not closed off to dating Asian women. I'm not closed off to dating white women. So again, in my search for romance, all of those things were on the
But
table.
you do understand that by not being with a black woman, you undermine
That's your
the
opinion.
success of the black community.
That's your opinion.
That's my opinion. Then tell me how the black community benefits from you having a white woman.
If I lend to the financial uplifting of that community, one, that's one thing. Two, if I'm helping to educate the people in that particular community, that's a benefit.
Does not your white woman benefit more from your economics than any black person?
Yeah, probably.
Exactly.
So why can't they both be mutually beneficial?
You want to know why? Because she belongs to the group that is responsible for the historical oppression of your race.
So
why would you voluntarily go over and marry into that? Because when you marry the woman,
Whoa.
you don't just marry the woman or date the woman. You're dating her community and her culture. And given the history of us and them, why would you dare align yourself with that if you care about us?
Let me ask you a question. I want you to let me get my answers out.
Go ahead.
So hypothetically, if you're in one tribe, I'm in another tribe.
Mm-hmm.
That tribe is responsible for killing some people in your family.
Okay.
We're gonna keep it right here. You're a Crip, I'm a Blood.
Okay.
You were responsible for killing some of my people for the last 30, 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm responsible for killing some of your people for the last 30, 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna judge you because you're a Blood or you're a Crip based on all of the shit that your peoples and your crew did for the last 30, 40 years, or am I gonna judge you based on who you are?
I understand your analysis, but here's where I disagree with your analysis. Although your white girlfriend and possibly probably none of her family owned a slave, you understand?
They're from Portugal.
Hung an African. They're from Portugal. Although the Portuguese were some of the first ones in the slave trade.
Or the very
Absolutely,
pioneers,
they built most of the dungeons in Africa.
Sure did.
So I know she got racism in her veins because of the Portuguese role in the slave trade. But anyhow,
Go ahead.
let's say her family was exempt from all of that.
No, that's true. The Portuguese were pivotal in the slave trade.
What's not fair? That was the first ones in the shit. You can't go. Fuck out of here.
That's true.
You get on the beginning of the white Portuguese bloodline.
It was in the 1400s. The Portuguese 1400s.
Stop. I want him to go.
They built the first fucking nation.
I didn't know that.
I'm a crack. I'm
going to crack. Go ahead.
I want you to finish.
I know you're gonna go.
I'm going to crack you. I want you to finish.
Now.
I'm going to crack him. I want you to finish.
No, you're not.
I promise you.
Because you're bunny hopping. Listen.
I know.
The reason you should not be with her.
I want you to finish your
I'm going to finish.
I'm going to crack
This
your
where I
muffin
was.
too. Go ahead.
The reason you have no business being with a Caucasian woman is although she nor her family may have participated in our oppression directly, she benefits from it. Every white person benefits from the enslavement of blacks. Every white person benefits from the marginalization of black folks. Every white person benefits from every handicap that has been introduced into our community. And I'm quite sure she, like every other white person, has done nothing to level the playing field.
Should we have that same disdain for the Africans that sold us into the slave trade?
That's a great question.
Thank you.
That's a great question.
That continues.
May I answer?
Oh, no, whoa,
That
no.
continue.
You've been talking. You've been talking. I want to go. Yo, you are a Pan-Africanist, and you push that we should go back to Africa. No?
You're wrong again.
No,
I'm going to clarify. I'm going to clarify. The most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey said, quote, "The only people we want in Africa are those who are willing to do something good for Africa."
Gotcha.
Most of you are no good right here in New York City.
True indeed.
And will damn well be no good in
Every
Africa.
piece of this shit in Africa.
There was never a back to Africa movement. Only those who wanted to go back and build should go. Could you imagine me coming to New York or New Jersey with a big ship, a Noah's Ark, and put every Negro you know flip and take them to Africa with their white girlfriends, they video games, they weaves, they perms, they Air Jordans? Africa got enough problems as she is now. Last thing Africa needs is a bunch of post-traumatic slavery disease Negroes coming back home without their right African mind.
Get them Chinese, get that Chinese government out there too.
Bro,
Now, do you want me to answer his question?
No, you could. I'm not going you.
Now, you said, shouldn't we hate the Africans who participated in the slave trade? I want you to show me one country in Africa today that benefits right now, from the fact we was enslaved.
You're moving the goalpost.
I'm not moving the goalpost.
You are.
No, I'm not.
You are. You
no,
said
I'm not.
yes, you are. Stop.
No, I'm not.
Stop. You said Portuguese people or the Portuguese, and I'm agreeing with you. They were some of the pioneers of this bullshit. I'm agreeing with you. Stop. I'm agreeing.
And they're not done. Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
You're not
Who colonized Brazil?
You're not letting me
Who
finish.
colonized Brazil?
Portuguese.
Who still controls Brazil?
Portuguese.
I made my fucking point.
True. I'm not.
Today they still running.
That don't matter.
Brazil is the largest population of black people outside of
In the
Africa.
world.
And what are they flipping?
True.
Portuguese.
Right, I didn't know that.
Fuck he saying.
I didn't know that.
They run the shit now.
biggest black
They run the
population in the
shit
world.
now.
And the reason why is
This
because
ain't
they
past
established.
Too many black people that don't want to go with me to Brazil when I say that. For that to be
No.
There's
It's
more
the
of
biggest-
us in
yeah.
Brazil than any
Than
country
anywhere.
on earth outside of Nigeria.
He's right. 1,000% right.
Brazil is black.
So let me ask you this: Imani's question to you was, should we hold the same contempt?
And I answered his question. And
No,
my
you
question,
didn't.
Yes,
You
I
didn't.
did.
You
Yes,
did.
I did.
Let
Let
me
me answer it.
let me
I
ask-
gave him a-
let me ask it. Let me ask it, please.
Hold on.
Yeah, no, you owe them.
Hold on. The difference is, no African country benefits today from the slave trade. And I would even argue that the benefit that they did have for participating in it was minimal. Because right after slavery ended, what happened next? Colonization. They came into Africa and enslaved you in your own land. But here's what I want you to understand, which I think you know anyway. The transatlantic slave trade, what we call the Ma'afa, was a European enterprise. They built it, they ran it, they benefited from it, they expanded it. It was not an African-controlled enterprise.
1,000%.
There were some Africans involved.
Participated.
Absolutely, but that was minimal compared to the grandiosity of the scheme
the biggest
itself.
business in the world.
You understand what I'm saying?
I asked the
So the difference is, the Portuguese are still exploiting us in Brazil. You understand?
Even if they're not directly.
Not only
even,
Brazil,
even,
Angola is Portuguese.
Right.
Mozambique is
Angola.
Portuguese.
Right.
They still exploiting us to this day.
True. Let me ask you
And
this.
what is your white girlfriend doing about the exploitation of Africans in Brazil, Mozambique, and Angola?
Nothing.
I didn't think so.
Let me ask you this.
My nigga.
Let me ask you this. No. I'm about to ask you a question.
Can we switch gears?
No, my question is this. What the fuck are 97%